I just got activated on catering platform DeliverThat, and in this video, it's going to be your complete intro, how to qualify, of course, the pay and any bonus pay, an odd tip system, any potential issues, and of course, an initial verdict. But I need to ask you, what's the big deal and difference of doing a catering side hustle versus regular food delivery? So DeliverThat, founded in 2016 by drivers, which is nice, but firstly, let me show you if you even qualify for this side hustle. So looking at the requirements, number one, you need to be at least 21 years of age or older, which is older than other apps. So 18 plus on DoorDash, depending on marketplace, that might be a little bit different, and 18 on Uber Eats or 19 for vehicle delivery. And Grubhub, 18 plus as well. Now, again, there might be some marketplace variations like 21 plus in Las Vegas. So already that's a little bit older, but you also need to have 2 catering bags, which makes sense because obviously we need something to transport an actual catering tray versus your regular bag food delivery order. Now the requirements on both of these bags here, number one, it's got to be thermal, so insulated. That makes sense, right? Number 2, the minimum size requirements. Again, obviously it needs to fit a catering tray here. Number 3, free of any other food delivery platform logos. Now I'm guessing if you do happen to have a catering bag already, it probably didn't come from the food delivery platform. But as an example, here's one that I got before. 24 bucks satisfies the requirements. But surprisingly, on the DeliverThat store, they have one for 10 bucks. So you just need 2. Yes, understandably, it's a startup cost, but I mean, $10. And I looked on Amazon, there's not a lot at that price point, so a decent deal. Also, unlike other side hustle platforms, most anyone actually, they have a motor vehicle background check, which is standard, but they ask you to pay for it. I guess it's good and bad. I mean, I understand it's mostly bad because you don't want to pay for it, right? But I guess it would weed out someone who doesn't want to spend 15 bucks on one. I know it's a pain, and it does remind me of other platforms like GoShare that do require you to pay for the background check. Not the best way to start a driver experience, but at least they have this bundle here, basic bundle, 40 bucks. That gets you 2 bags, a larger dry goods carrying bag for like sides and stuff like that, and the motor vehicle background check and a few other things. But the only thing though is you need 2 bags to complete one request, because like how many catering trays can you fit in one? Like maybe 3 of the biggest size catering trays. So ideally, you know, if a business, whatever, corporation, maybe it is a residential, like a party, that you need more bags for these larger orders. So if you want to go all out, they do have this professional bundle, which gives you 4 of the insulated catering bags and 2 of the dry bags. It includes a polo in this case and the motor vehicle report. But this not only allows you to take larger orders, like someone's ordering a ton of food, DeliverThat says up to $1,500 on an order, but it allows you to take stacked orders, which are 2 or more assignments for one driver. So I can do a 3 p.m. delivery and I'm stacking it, and then my other deliveries at like 3:15, 3:20. Now remember this though, I don't think a lot of people really mention this is a business expense for you as an independent contractor. So save the receipts, save this for tax time, show your CPA or tax professional. Speaking of business expenses, I'm kind of thinking I want to do more, or at least explore catering platforms like DeliverThat. There's Delivered, which is another option as well. So I got this Wagon because think about it, if I'm going to be carrying like 3 bags, right? I can only realistically carry what? Like 1 in one hand or something? But with a Wagon, I can put 1 in the wagon. I can stack 1 on top of the wagon, just make sure it's secure. And I don't have to be like carrying these big trays of food across the parking lot, through the business building, right? You get that? So we passed the motor vehicle check and we have some gear here. So what am I actually going to be doing here? It's catering delivery, right? So it's a little more involved. So I get my order request, my catering request, and I go to the restaurant. Now here, already a little different than standard food delivery, because I'm going to get a signature from one of the restaurant associates there, just confirming I did the pickup. So on my way then from the restaurant to the customer, now here it's pretty straightforward, right? You think I go there, I park, I have my catering bags, and then I make my delivery. But here, again, it's something a little bit different. You have to stay and then set up the order kind of like banquet style. You would just have to think about the time when doing these requests because, yeah, let's say whatever it is, 30 bucks for 4 miles, and it's going to take X amount of minutes. But in the real world, like setting it up, it's going to take me an additional 5 minutes or so. And I'm also worried about second trips because if I'm parking in a business park, if I can realistically, let's say, transport 3, but it's 4 or 5 on a really large order, I guess 4 is more realistic. But whatever, if I can't do it in one trip, then I have to go down the hall, elevator, back down, through the lobby, back to the parking lot, to my vehicle, all the way back into whatever, that business building for trip number 2. So I think that's going to be really in part the name of the game for catering side hustles specifically. Comment down below if you've done DeliverThat, Delivered, or other catering side hustles. But the main thing that you and I care about, dude, great. Hope it goes seamless, but how's the pay, right? DeliverThat says since 2016, independent contractors using DeliverThat's platform have averaged $25 to $35, including tips for each completed delivery. Then you might think, well, dude, it's because it's taken forever, basically. They say each job taking on average, taking only 30 to 40 minutes. Oh, by the way, they gave us a little insight on when's the best time to drive. I saw this in the comment section. They're pretty active on socials. They say business catering is typically busiest between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. Monday through Friday, but there can be a decent amount of breakfast catering. This might be good. If it's not your full-time side hustle, that might be a good filler app side hustle, just like filling your day, because 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, it's not particularly that busy. So this might be fantastic for that kind of lunch rush. All right, well, that's the average pay, but how are you actually paid? What's the pay model for drivers? Well, they say, again, yes, average $25, $35 based on the order size and the mileage for the delivery. The larger the order or farther you drive, the more you are paid over that $25 to $35 average. Now, that's fine. I like it. Just watch the miles on that because I don't care if I'm paid like $45. If it takes me way out of a busy zone, fantastic. I got a lot of pay on that order. But then if I'm left in no man's land, just kind of think about that for the rest of your shift. So paid on the order size, paid on the mileage there, and you get customer tips. And that is quite different than the regular food delivery apps. So DeliverThat, let me know how you feel about this, has pulled tips. They partner with this company, Easy Cater, and they talk about their tip pools. Due to the number of Easy Cater deliveries without a gratuity, the tip pool was born to ensure our drivers receive fair compensation on all deliveries. The tips are pulled together and divided evenly between every driver who takes Easy Cater deliveries. So pros and cons here. Let me go over the cons first. That I don't really know. Do I? The tip amounts on this order? Am I going to see it after the delivery? Do I not know like how much is it going to be? Or am I going to be disappointed, right? Like, well, this tip better be $15 to make me happy, and it comes through at the end and it's like $4 and you are really relying on that to make your hour. Pros though, I mean, hopefully most every time here, and I'm going to do my first shift here shortly. So again, subscribe here to see that hopefully most times I get a tip. And I will say this, just kind of my opinion, let me know if you agree with this, that if it's a business ordering, it's not their personal expenditures. It's coming off a business expense. So if they're going to write this off as a business lunch, whatever it is, they're not going to mind tipping 25+%. Are there any ways to make more money? Yes, there's contests, which I'm never really a fan of contests. I think Point Pickup does it a lot. GoPuff, I think, does it a lot. I don't like that. I just like straight up bonus pay. But they do say there's also opportunities to make more money. All right, let's take a look at an order example here. So here's one that I got in my marketplace here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So we can see the pickup here. Currently, you can see in the top left of this screenshot, it's 324. Pickup, it's scheduled, at least in this case. It's not like immediately ready for pickup, but it says an hour and 45 minutes at the top. What is that? And that's actually a counter whenever you see the order request. I learned, don't worry, that's not like the time it's actually going to take for this order. That's just the time until it's ready for pickup, because you can see here drop off at 5:44 p.m. But I didn't see the expected pay on the order request screen, which leaves me with some questions. Again, if you've already driven for DeliverThat, let me know how that works down below. But DoorDash, Uber Uber Eats, Grubhub, they all show you that on the order request screen, at least what you're going to make before tips, and most of them including the expected tip. Let me go over any prospective problems, and if you've gotten this far in the video, drop a like, and if you do want to compare 50 plus side hustles and see every major criteria you need to consider as an independent contractor, get our starter guide. It's going to compare everything in one place. It links out to terms of service, web pages, so you don't got to go digging around for every single thing. GoodDriverMike.com/starter guide. So my major concern here with really any catering platform at the time. So setting up is going to take at least 5 minutes to unload those trays, take off the lid, put the spoon or whatever in there, have the little sterno, maybe light that, take that thing off, put it in there, and then including the building access. That's another thing. And yes, there's delivery instructions, but I understand. I've had it happen in the real world. Like, all right, which office building is it? You find it, then you can't get in, it's locked, the front desk person has to let you in, and then hopefully you don't get lost. And yeah, we saw the setup cost as well. That's another thing. So $15 for the motor vehicle background, and then 2 insulated catering bags at a minimum based on the $10 ones at their website. So all in, starting cost $35. Yeah, that's a business expense, but remember, you need 4 catering bags to do the stacked orders. But still, if you plan on doing this for, let's say, at least 6 months here, to get access to not only the higher single dollar orders up to like whatever it was, $1,500, but then stacked orders on higher ticket orders in general, which is catering. Remember, DoorDash's catering platform, DoorDash Drive, is pretty much invite only via email. But conversely, remember, your tips are not in direct proportion to the size of the current orders that you're on. So overall initial verdict, getting activated on a new catering side hustle platform, DeliverThat. From someone who's done most every single major side hustle, I like catering options because I've wanted to do DoorDash Drive for some time and I never got the email for the invite DoorDash. So if you're sitting there and you're interested, you might be waiting a long time and never get access to the catering runs. DeliverThat is in all 50 states here in the US, and they seem to have a good market share. I don't have specific numbers like food delivery sales, but DeliverThat seems well positioned to actually give you requests. So I'm thinking at least this is a good other option because you have rideshare, you have grocery and grocery shopping apps, you have parcel like Amazon Flex, you have Walmart Spark, which is grocery and shopping. You have food delivery. You have like Labor, TaskRabbit. What else? Bungie. You have Cargo. You have Roadie. But catering food delivery with DeliverThat and maybe Delivered and any others gives you an entirely new category. But it comes down to the pay and the effort, and is it worth it? So again, subscribe, drop a like on this video because I am taking, now that I'm activated, my first DeliverThat driver shift ASAP.